Ever notice how some companies, like the ones that just seem to have it all together when it comes to quality, they're so on top of things, still struggle to come up with exciting new products?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they're super efficient, everything runs perfectly, but they never seem to be the ones launching the next big thing.
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? It's almost like there's a disconnect some way.
Yeah, what's the missing ingredient there? What's going on?
Well, there's this fascinating study out of Morocco that really digs into this.
Okay.
It looked specifically at ISO 9001 certified firms. So these are companies that are already committed to quality management.
Right, they've got the quality part down pat.
Exactly. But what they found is that this idea that good quality automatically equals great innovation, well, it might not be as straightforward as we tend to think.
So there's more to the story, right? More to this innovation puzzle.
That's right.
So today, we're going to untangle this and explore this connection between how companies handle not just the technical side of quality, but the human side, the culture of quality.
Right.
And we'll see how that links to their ability to come up with innovative products, both those incremental improvements and the big game-changing innovations.
Exactly. Both ends of the spectrum. We're going to break it down, pull out the key insights from this research, and try to understand that missing link between quality management and innovation.
Okay, so the study talks about soft quality management practices, or SQMP for short.
Uh-huh.
What exactly does that mean? Because soft makes it sound, I don't know, a little bit squishy.
It does sound a bit squishy.
Like it's not the hard data or the checklist, but more about, what, feelings.
Well, not exactly feelings, but you're on the right track. It's really about the human element, the culture, and how those things contribute to a company's approach to quality.
Okay, so it's the human side of the quality equation.
Precisely. And the research identifies 4 key practices that fall under SQMP. The first is leadership.
Okay, leadership. But we're not just talking about the CEO saying quality is important, right?
No, it's much deeper than that. It's about creating a shared understanding and commitment to quality throughout the entire organization.
So it's like weaving quality into the very fabric of the company's culture.
Exactly, making it a core value that everyone understands and believes in.
That makes sense. So if leadership is about setting the stage, what's the next element of this soft quality?
The second practice is customer focus.
Okay, customer focused now. Every company says they're customer focused, right? What makes it different in the context of SQMP?
It goes beyond just listening to what customers are saying right now.
Okay.
It's about truly understanding their needs, both present and future.
Oh, I see.
Anticipating what they might need even before they articulate it.
So it's about being proactive, not just reactive.
Exactly. It's about using that deep understanding of the customer to inform every decision the company makes.
Got it. So leadership sets the tone, customer focus keeps you aligned with the market. What else is in this soft quality mix?
The third one is employee involvement.
Okay, employee involvement.
This recognizes that everyone in the company, at every level, plays a crucial role in quality.
Right, so it's not just a top-down thing.
Absolutely not. It's about empowering employees, giving them a voice, and actively involving them in improving quality.
I like that. It's like tapping into the collective wisdom of the entire workforce.
That's a great way to put it. And it makes sense, right? The people who are closest to the work often have the best insights into how to make things better.
Absolutely. Okay, so we've got leadership, customer focus, employee involvement. What's the final piece of the SQMP puzzle?
The last one is supplier relationship.
Okay, supplier relationship.
This emphasizes building strong, collaborative relationships with key suppliers. It's about moving beyond transactional interactions and establishing true partnerships based on trust and mutual benefit.
So working together to achieve shared quality goals.
Precisely, because you can only achieve true quality if everyone in the supply chain is on the same page and working together.
Makes sense. So those 4: leadership, customer focus, employee involvement, and supplier relationships, those are the cornerstones of soft quality management practices.
That's right.
Now, the study also talks about this term, product innovation ambidexterity,
Yes.
or PIA. And I'll admit, that's a bit of a mouthful. What does that actually mean in simpler terms?
Well, you can break down the phrase to understand it. Ambidexterity refers to being skilled with both hands equally.
Right, like being able to write with both your left and right hand.
Exactly. So in the context of business, product innovation ambidexterity means being good at 2 different types of innovation.
2 different types. Okay, I'm intrigued. What are they?
They are incremental product innovation, or IPI, and radical product innovation, or RPI.
IPI and RPI. Okay, break those down for me.
Incremental product innovation is about making small, continuous improvements to existing products.
So it's like taking something that's already good and making it even better, step by step.
Exactly. Think of a software company that releases regular updates with new features and bug fixes.
Or a car manufacturer that comes out with a new model year with slightly better fuel efficiency or a redesigned interior.
Perfect examples. That's IPI in action. It's about refining and optimizing what you already have.
Okay, so that's the steady evolutionary side of innovation. What about radical product innovation?
This is the more revolutionary side.
Okay.
RPI is about developing entirely new products or services that are significantly different from what's currently available.
So it's the big leaps forward, the game changers.
Exactly. It's about creating entirely new markets or disrupting existing ones with groundbreaking innovations.
So going back to our car manufacturer example, RPI would be like them developing a self-driving electric car that completely changes the way people think about transportation.
That's a great example. RPI is about pushing boundaries and venturing into uncharted territory.
Okay, I see. So product innovation ambidexterity is about being adept at both IPI and RPI, the small steps and the giant leaps.
You got it. It's about being able to do both well, not just favoring one over the other.
That makes sense. Now, before we go into what the research actually found about SQMP and PIA, there's one more term we need to define.
Okay.
And it's another ambidexterity. The study talks about market orientation ambidexterity, MOA.
Right.
So we've got ambidexterity in product innovation and now ambidexterity in market orientation. What's that all about?
This is about how companies approach understanding and responding to the market.
Okay.
Market orientation ambidexterity means being both responsive and proactive when it comes to market needs.
Okay, so responsive means?
Responsive market orientation, or RMO, is about being attuned to what customers are saying they need right now.
So listening to feedback, analyzing trends, that sort of thing.
Exactly. It's about being able to quickly adapt to changes in customer preferences and demands.
Okay, got it. And proactive.
Proactive market orientation, or PMO, is about anticipating future needs, even those that customers haven't explicitly expressed yet.
So it's about looking ahead, trying to figure out what's coming next, even if it's not obvious.
Exactly. It's about being ahead of the curve and identifying opportunities before they become mainstream.
So it's like having a crystal ball for the market.
Well, maybe not a crystal ball, but definitely a forward-thinking mindset.
Right, of course. So market orientation ambidexterity is about being both responsive to current needs and proactive in anticipating future needs.
Exactly. It's about having a balanced approach to understanding the market.
Okay, so now we've got all our key terms defined: SQMP, PIA, and MOA. What did this study actually find when they look at these things in those Moroccan ISO 9001 certified companies?
This is where it gets really interesting. The study's core finding was a bit surprising.
Okay, I'm all ears.
They discovered that having strong, soft quality management practices alone didn't directly lead to product innovation ambidexterity.
Wait, really? That's not what I expected. You'd think that a company that's really focused on quality, especially the human side of it, would naturally be better at innovation.
Right. It seems logical, but that's what makes this finding so significant.
So SQMP sets the stage, but it's not the whole story.
That's right. It suggests there's something else at play, a missing piece of the puzzle that connects these soft quality practices to actual innovation outcomes.
And that missing piece is market orientation ambidexterity, right?
Exactly.
The study talks about MOA acting as a mediator between SQMP and PIA.
That's the key insight. It's like MOA is the bridge that connects those two.
Okay, I'm starting to see the picture. So having those strong, soft quality management practices helps a company get better at understanding the market, both responsibly and proactively, and it's that market understanding that then drives innovation.
That's a great way to put it. You've captured the essence of the research.
It's like having a great team focused on quality. But if they don't really get the market, if they don't understand what customers want now and what they might want in the future, all that quality focus might not lead to the right kinds of new products.
Precisely. The connection flows through that understanding of the market.
Okay, so how does that actually work? How does SQMP boost MLA?
Let's think about it. If a company has strong leadership that's truly committed to quality, it sets a tone, a culture that values understanding the customer.
Right, so quality and customer focus become intertwined.
Exactly. And remember, customer focus within SQMP is all about understanding both current and future needs. That naturally aligns with being both responsive and proactive in the market.
Makes sense. If you're always thinking about the customer, you're more likely to be attuned to what the market wants and where it's going.
Precisely. And then there's employee involvement, which empowers employees at all levels to gather insights from customers, spot trends, and share that valuable market information within the organization.
So it's like having a network of market sensors spread throughout the company.
That's a great analogy. And finally, those strong supplier relationships that we talked about, well, suppliers are often plugged into different parts of the market and can offer valuable insights into emerging trends and unmet customer needs.
So by cultivating strong relationships with suppliers, companies can tap into an even broader understanding of the market.
Absolutely. So you see how each element of SQMP contributes to building that strong market orientation, both responsive and proactive.
Okay, so we see how SQMP lays the groundwork for MOA. Now, how does that market understanding actually translate into product innovation ambidexterity?
Let's break it down. Being responsive to the market, that RMO part of MOA, fuels incremental product innovation.
Okay, so listening to what customers are saying right now helps you make those continuous improvements to your existing products.
That's right. You're gathering feedback, analyzing data, and using that information to make those small but important tweaks and upgrades.
Got it. And what about the proactive side? How does PMO, anticipating future needs, drive radical product innovation?
Proactive market orientation is all about looking beyond what customers are currently asking for and trying to anticipate what they'll need or want in the future.
So it's about spotting those emerging trends, those unmet needs that customers themselves might not even be aware of yet.
Exactly. It involves being open to new ideas, new technologies, and even looking at things like customer complaints in a deeper way to uncover hidden opportunities.
So it's about connecting the dots, seeing the bigger picture, and being willing to take those big swings that lead to breakthrough innovations.
Precisely. And this is where PMO really shines. It fuels that willingness to experiment, to explore uncharted territory, and to create truly novel products or services.
Okay, so RMO drives IPI, PMO drives RPI. It's a beautiful symmetry.
It is, isn't it?
And the study found that this connection, this pathway from SQMP to PIA, is fully mediated by MOA.
That's the most significant finding.
Meaning,
Meaning that without that strong market orientation, without that ability to understand both the present and the future of the market, even the best intentions and efforts in implementing soft quality practices won't fully translate into a company becoming truly innovative.
so the market understanding is the key.
It's the linchpin that holds everything together.
It's like having all the ingredients for a delicious cake, the soft quality, but you need the recipe, the market orientation to actually bake that cake, the product innovation.
I love that analogy. It perfectly captures the relationship between these concepts.
So what are the real-world takeaways here? What should managers and business leaders do with this information?
The biggest takeaway is that simply focusing on the technical aspects of quality management isn't enough.
Right, ticking all the boxes on the ISO checklist won't magically make you an innovation powerhouse.
Exactly. Companies need to actively cultivate a culture that's both quality-driven and market-oriented.
They need to invest in understanding their customers, both in terms of their current needs and their potential future needs.
And they need to make sure that this market understanding is shared and used throughout the organization, not just siloed in the marketing department.
So break down those silos, foster collaboration between quality and marketing teams, and make sure everyone is aligned on the company's market orientation.
Absolutely. And don't forget about the human side of quality. Those soft quality management practices are crucial for creating a culture that's receptive to innovation.
Right, so it's about finding the right balance between the hard and soft aspects of quality.
Exactly. You need both.
And finally, how does all of this tie into learning within an organization? The study mentioned something about single-loop and double-loop learning.
Right. Well, you can think of responsive market orientation, RMO, as being similar to single-loop learning.
Okay,
You're improving what you already do based on existing knowledge and feedback.
so it's about refining your current processes.
Exactly. But proactive market orientation, PMO, is more like double-loop learning.
Okay, how so?
It's about questioning your assumptions, challenging the status quo, and rethinking your fundamental approaches based on your anticipation of future needs and potential disruptions.
So it's about being willing to step outside of your comfort zone and embrace new ways of thinking.
Precisely. And both types of learning, fueled by a strong market orientation, are essential for driving both incremental and radical innovation.
So to wrap this all up, good soft quality practices are important, but they're only part of the story. Their true power lies in their ability to help companies develop a strong and balanced understanding of the market, both present and future.
Right.
And that market understanding is the crucial link, the bridge that connects those quality efforts to real innovation outcomes.
That's a great way to summarize it. Soft quality management practices are like the fertile soil, but market orientation ambidexterity is the sunlight and water that allow innovation to truly flourish.
So for our listeners out there, here's something to ponder. What aspects of your own organization's culture and your understanding of your market are you actively nurturing to unlock your innovation potential?
Are your quality efforts truly connected to your innovation strategy?
Or is there a missing market-oriented link that's preventing you from achieving those breakthroughs?
It's a question worth asking.
We'd love to hear your thoughts and experiences, so please share your insights or any questions you have in the comments below.
And let us know what other aspects of business strategy and innovation you'd like us to explore in future discussions.
Maybe we'll even delve into the role of those hard quality management practices next time. Thanks for joining us for this insightful exploration.
Thanks for having me.
It's been a pleasure.
Likewise.